Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of some CMN19 information. This is just information. So, I didn't even think about doing this, but I forgot to broadcast this game for you guys. I do apologize about that. That being said, Jaguars win! Heck of a second quarter from both teams. From there, it was just kind of average. But it was fantastically well played on my side in terms of throwing the football. They played better running the football. They had more first downs, just barely though. They averaged better punt return yards, but Bosher just kept kicking it straight through the goddamn end zone. And yeah, no kick return yards for them. We actually ended up gaining more total yards, I think probably because of that. No turnovers either way. We had a better third down conversion rate. We actually converted on fourth down. And it was not a QB sneak. I will say that right now. It was not a QB sneak. They were much better in the red zone. And by much better, I mean they literally had one more trip than I did. Or they had one less trip than I did. And thus, because they scored a touchdown and a field goal, it worked out. We had more penalty yards, but we also had more time possession. Because I chewed that clock when it came down to it. And the final score was 34-27. As you can see, a 142-3 for one Landry Jones, 341 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's just over here looking like a champ, throwing the football. Only 2 sacks the whole game. It was very well done, very well done. So, as you can see, we did get rid of Ryan Tannehill. I didn't need him. I like where we're at with Landry. I feel like, yes, I'll agree with a lot of people. We're probably undervalued. We're probably not as good of a team as we could be because of that. But it is what it is. It's we get the win. We got the win. That's what's important to me. So let's sit here and while we have a chance, because we really didn't get to go through this last night during the draft. But let's take a look for all of you who might be interested. Remember, there's plenty of space available. There's plenty of teams available. There's only 5 of us right now. There's 32 teams. So you have your choice here. That being said, here's the Bears. If you want to play as the Bears, this is the team you could look forward to having. You have Luke Kuechly, Trent Williams, LaMarcus Joyner, Deshaun Jackson's your number 1 receiver. Jared Goff's your quarterback. That's actually not that bad if you really want to think about it. Goff is a young quarterback, and you could easily develop him, like Matt's trying to do, and like I'm hopefully going to do in the next draft. You got Shane Vereen, Taylor Gabriel. So this looks like a somewhat decent team. I don't know what their overall is because I don't play the Bears this week, at least. But it is what it is. You have the Bengals, who featured J.J. Watt. So they got the guy I wanted, to be fair. Melvin Ingram, so they're going to be good on the defensive side, at least the D-line right there. You got Stephon Diggs and Jarvis Landry. They're really drafting like they have their team in real life. You get Jack Doyle at tight end, Dalvin Cook, running back, although he's injured. For how long? Out 14 weeks. He tore his tricep, so they're in a bad spot with that one. They got Morgan Burnett, and Chase Keenum is the quarterback. So if you want to play as the Bengals, or as I like to call them, the Bungles, expect to have Chase Keenum and your starting halfback to be out for 14 weeks. He'll be back this season, just not early. Also, you'll have to play Matt. twice. So there is that. The Bills feature Zach Martin, Ryan Kerrigan, Norris Jenkins, Ronald Darby, Marvin Jones Jr. They don't look too bad. Their biggest strength is right there. A 22-year-old Deshaun Watson. That's going to be probably their biggest strength. He is going to be very easy to develop, and he is going to turn into something fantastic for the Bills. Moving on to the Broncos. So if you want to play as the Broncos, this is your roster. DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Eifert, Tyreek Hill, Cam Chancellor, who is out for, I think, the year. 19 weeks. He's pretty close to it. Pierre Garçon, Lamar Miller, so not a great halfback, but not a terrible halfback. Sebastian Janikowski. Oh, that's right. I have Bosher. My bad. I got the two drafts that we did last night, the one that we did in the pre-draft show and the other one confused, and I ended up with Janikowski in that one, the pre-draft one. Anyway, and the Broncos quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. So what you'll notice with quite a few teams is they'd rather go with a young quarterback that they can develop rather than an established veteran. Some teams, not all. Not all of them. So if you want to play as the Broncos, you get Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and you get some pretty good wide receivers. So there's that. I'll say I think the Broncos stand a chance of winning their division. Whoever gets them. The Browns. The Browns literally remind me of a team that drafted like the Browns would. Although, to be fair, I drafted like the Browns would. Somewhat. We're not going to go into that. Ezekiel Elliott is their halfback. He's the star player on the team. Then you have Tre'Davious White, Jamal Adams. Your fourth best player is your punter. That should tell you something about the Browns. Their quarterback is Tyrod Taylor. They have some good running backs. I think they have Juju Smith-Schuster. So I don't know what else. Their backup quarterback's Brock Osweiler. So yeah, if you want to play as the Browns, play Matt twice. Although I'm pretty sure Matt's going to be playing that first game here at some point in the next couple days, so you may want to hurry up on that. The Buccaneers. You got A.J. Boye, Brandon Graham, Patrick Peterson, Landon Collins. This looks like a defensive team, which is fine. Deion Lewis and Jordan Howard. That looks pretty good for them. You got Michael Crabtree and Travis Benjamin. Okay. And at the quarterback position is Jacoby Brissett. So a nice lead up to have a somewhat questionable quarterback choice. We'll go questionable, just because I'm not sure. I don't know what we're looking at with that. But that was the Buccaneers roster. Here is the Cardinals. You want to play as the Cardinals? This is what you're looking at. Cardinals have Bobby Wagner, Aqib Talib, Hunter Henry, who is injured. Let's see for how long. The season. So there's that. You do have Derrick Henry, though. And your quarterback is Jimmy Garoppolo with Sammy Watkins to throw to. Not a great assortment of receivers for the Cardinals, but a decent quarterback. So who knows how that works out? You never know. Cardinals are available. The Chargers are another team. You want to play as the Chargers? They're free. They're open. Here you go. You get James White. Jermaine Kearse is your number one receiver. This just feels like one of those teams. Jordan Reed is at least on your team, so you got a good tight end. John Brown at wide receiver. Dante Pettis at wide receiver. Your quarterback is Mitchell Trubisky. Now, There's good and bad about that. The bad is he's a 75 overall. The good is he's only 1 year in the league and he's 24. So it offers you somewhere that you could maybe try to grow with Trubisky and make him a better quarterback. But that's ultimately a choice. If you want the Chargers are available. So be my guest. Move on to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are also available. The Chiefs look like a defensive team with some wide receivers. I do question somewhat of their team, but we'll see how it goes for them. They have Deion Jones, Devin McCourtney, Jadeveon Clowney, Marcel Darius, Jamison Crowder, Cameron Meredith, Mike Wallace, Saquon Barkley. Now that's going to be a good pickup for them. But my big question mark for this team is that guy right there, Blake Bortles. I don't really consider him an elite quarterback. And I don't know. This game doesn't play him the way that he plays in real life. Apparently this game usually tends to make him a god. And yeah. It is what it is. So if you have the Chiefs, you're going to have Blake Bortles as your quarterback, and you have Saquon Barkley. That second bit of that having that Saquon Barkley actually sounds pretty good to me. I don't know about anybody else. Moving on to the Colts. Now, I think the only one we've covered so far where you're going to absolutely guaranteed play somebody twice is the Browns and the Bengals. Well, we're now on to the Colts. And the Colts equal you 2 dates against me. So if you want to play me, this is your team. And this is going to be a very good team that I made even better by giving them Tyrann Mathieu. Which I regret now. Because I did it to get Ryan Tannehill, and now I don't have Ryan Tannehill. It was very stupid of me. And I'm pissed off at myself for doing it. That being said, quarterback is Russell Wilson, Mike Daniels. You have Melvin Gordon III. Excuse me. Devin Funches, Keelan Cole. They look like a good team. They really do. So, good team for the Colts. We'll see how it translates to winning football games, but I think they're in a good spot. And you'll play me twice. Moving on to the Cowboys. This one, you will get a guaranteed 4 games, or 3. No, 4 games against a human. Yeah. Because you'll play Jeremy twice, and you'll play Joey twice, as they are the Eagles and the Cowboys. So that means you have Everson Griffin, Joey Bosa, Joel Bittmore, or Joel Bitonia, my bad. Mark Ingram II, Paul Richardson Jr., Eric Ebron, Alan Hearns, and at the quarterback position is Josh Rosen. So you actually have a rookie. I don't know if that's good or bad. We don't know. But he fits your scheme, so there is that. And he's young. So that's probably pretty good for you guys. Moving on to the Dolphins, which gives you a guaranteed matchup against Chad. God, we cannot remember Chad's name. Jesus, I feel bad for him. The Dolphins play Chad twice. The Dolphins are in the AFC East. They play me as well because I play the AFC East. So there you go. Keenan Allen, Drew Brees at quarterback. That's all you need to know about the. No, I'm just kidding. The Dolphins actually look pretty good. Alvin Kamara. Ryan Shazier is out for the year. That's a guarantee, so you won't have him, but you will have Dez Bryant. The Dolphins actually look like a very, very good team. They could be somebody to look out for. What I love about this is we're not really sure who's winning what, where. Moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles. So this becomes literally the first team that we've come to that you cannot choose. This is not a team that you can have. This is a team that was drafted. This is Jeremy Rubin's team. So Jeremy Rubin has Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Calais Campbell, Delaney Walker, Marshall Yanda, Devontae Freeman, Jason Kelsey, Doug Baldwin, Joe Staley, Michael Bennett, Brent Grimes, Clay Matthews, Glover Quinn, Jordy Nelson. He has a very, very good team, and it's very offensive focused. If you really look at it, majority of his star players are on the offensive side, with the exception of Calais Campbell. But it's a good team, and he got his ass kicked by Matt. But in Jeremy's defense, the ass kicking that happened occurred mainly in the second, third, and fourth quarter of the Week 1 game when all the backups were in. So there's that. Does that mean that Jeremy's going to get his ass kicked every week? No, probably not. He's probably going to kick most teams' asses. So, there's that. The Falcons are available. They're an open team. You want the Falcons? Here's your roster. You got Xavier Rhodes, Kareem Hunt, Jarrell Casey, Stephon Tuitt, Terrell Suggs, Corey Liuget, which this team really looks defensive-minded, Josh Gordon, Shaq Mason, so you can expect him to be suspended at some time. Marquise Lee, Derek Kennard, and Marcus Mariota is your quarterback. So, interesting. Moving on to the 49ers. The 49ers are available. The 49ers took Jalen Ramsey, number 1 overall in the draft. Why? Not a goddamn clue. But they did. And then they took Cam Newton in the second round. Why? Not a goddamn clue. There were better players available in both rounds. But it's the 49ers, so who knows? But they look like a halfway decent team, and we'll see how they fare in the NFC as they play nobody. So you would play none of us if you had the 49ers, which is actually why Jeremy ended up switching from the 49ers. That being said, we have the New York Football Giants featuring Khalil Mack, Chandler Jones, Mike Evans, Matt Ryan. This is a very good team that I don't understand how I won against, but god damn it, I'm glad I did. So, and it might be because they're more offensive focused, and I very well could struggle against a defensive focused team. They were good. They were good defensively, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know. I apologize. It's like really early in the morning, and I'm still halfway waking up. Let's move on. We're on to my Jacksonville Jaguars. So, my star wide receiver is Julio Jones. We got Jason Peters, Kalichi Osemele, Jimmy Smith, Brandon Linder, Kevin Zeitler, DeMar Dotson, Jimmy Graham, Joe Hayden, Timmy Jernigan, TJ Watt, Bruce Irvin, Shaq Lawson. So as you can see, I am a very defensive-focused team. And then I have Jesse James, John Ross, Philip Dorsett, Tyler Boyd, Ronald Blair, Captain Merlin. I'm going to call him Captain Merlin. I know that's not what his name is, but he's getting named Captain Merlin just because. James Conner's my starting halfback. And you have to go, and this is one thing that everybody's dogging me about. You have to go all the way to right there to find my starting quarterback. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Landry Jones is my starting quarterback. Suck it, because he just beat the Giants, throwing for 400 yards. And we are on All-Pro, so there's that. That being said, we'll move on to the Jets. Do you want the Jets? The Jets are open. The Jets have Fletcher Cox, Micah Hyde, Myles Garrett, Kevin Bayard, Marcus Peters, Stephon Gilmore. They're going to be good defensively. Duke Johnson, Jonathan Stewart, Tyrell Williams, Mohamed Sanu, and at the quarterback position is Ryan Tannehill. So yes, we sent him to the Jets. We got like draft picks out of it. Didn't really help much, but it's okay. Looking at the Detroit Lions, you have Levante David, Kawan Short, Carson Wentz, Reuben Foster, Yannick Nogi, whatever, William Jackson, Giovanni Bernard. They look pretty good. They get one of my favorites, D.D. Westbrook. So yeah, they look like a pretty good team. Move on to the Packers. The Packers beat the ever-loving crap out of Matt in week 2 of the preseason. So I don't know what to expect with this team, but they are looking pretty good. And if you want the Packers are available. Sam Bradford is their starting quarterback, though, however, so take that into consideration. It is what it is. Every team has everybody or all the players that they need. And we move on to the current team that I despise the absolute most because they pissed me the hell off. They took Le'Veon Bell in the 2nd round. Adrian Amos, Adam Thielen. This is your team if you want to play as the Carolina Panthers. Trey Boston. They took Baker Mayfield in the very first round. At an 81 overall, Baker Mayfield was in the top 6 or 7 quarterbacks drafted. Pissed me off. Could have had him. But whatever. I got Julio. So, yeah. That being said, the Patriots are up, and the Patriots are controlled by Chad. So, no, you can't have them. They have David DeCastro, Greg Olson, Lane Johnson, Marshawn Lattimore, Calvin Smith Jr., Phillip Rivers, Robert Woods, Marquise Goodwin. They look like a decent team, and with the right setups, could easily work. So we'll see how that works out for them. The Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. They featured David Johnson in the backfield, so that's a pretty good pickup for them. You also got Michael Thomas at wide receiver, Brandon Williams, DJ Swearinger. They're another team that looks pretty good, but again, you have to look at their quarterback and wonder, when the hell did you draft him? Because they have Sam Darnold, and he's a 75 overall, and it's just something that I keep seeing across the board with a lot of teams. You get these low overall quarterbacks, and it just kind of happens. It is what it is. That being said, we'll move on to the Rams. The Rams are available. The Rams have Aaron Donald. They have Keanu Neal, T.Y. Hilton, Derek Carr's the quarterback, Sterling Shepard at wide receiver. This looks like a pretty good team right here. If you want the Rams are available. This is your roster. Move on to the Ravens. The Ravens are also available. This is your roster if you want the Ravens. They have Marshawn Lattimore or Marshawn Lynch. God, I cannot speak. He wants some Skittles though, so you got Marshawn. Your quarterback, however, is Seamus Jameis. Take that how you might. Not a big fan. That being said, overall, I don't see the Ravens being a contender in the AFC North. The Redskins are up, and the Redskins got Tom Brady. They had the 2nd overall pick in the draft. They took Tom Brady. They've got Ndamukong Suh, A.J. Green, Alshon Jeffrey, LaShawn McCoy, Larry Fitzgerald. This is a very offensive team. Andrew Whitworth, Demaryius Thomas, William Hayes, Justin Tucker, Alex Smith, Kelvin Benjamin. This is just a really good team. This is Joey Stats right here. Joey Stats and the Washington Redskins. So, there you go. The Saints are next on the clock, and the Saints are an available team. Would you like the Saints? Let me know. We'll get you the Saints. Jaguars ended up injuring Leonard Fournette in the first week of the preseason, but he looks to be okay. So that's probably good. Dak Prescott is the starting quarterback. I actually knew that. I think the backup was Josh Dobbs. So, yeah. Take that how you like. But this is the Saints roster. If you'd like the Saints, let me know. We'll get you the Saints. The Seahawks are up next, and this is their roster. If you like the Seahawks roster, if you want to play as the Seahawks, there's your chance. You've got Eric Berry, Tyron Smith, Earl Thomas. They are very defensive-minded right off the bat, it looks like. You got Big Ben Roethlisberger as well, Emmanuel Sanders. They're just looking like a decent team, although I don't know that Big Ben really fits their style of offense because of, I mean, he fits their scheme, yes. But does he fit their style of offense? He's not exactly a scrambler. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. The Pittsburgh Steelers are next, and that means Matthew Hibbs. Matthew Hibbs takes Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Rodney Hudson, Sean Lee, Malcolm Jenkins, Brandon Brooks, Geno Atkins, Gerald McCoy, Cameron Hayward, Cameron Wake, Josh Sitton, Christian McCaffrey, Marcus Gilbert, Eric Weddle, Jonathan Joseph, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and quarterback is Kirk Cousins. So, he's looking like a pretty good team, and we'll see how it plays out. But either way, the Steelers are Matthew Hibbs' team, and that'll do that. Do you want the Texans? Do you want to play me twice a year? If so, you get Odell Beckham Jr., Amari Cooper, Andrew Luck, Zach Brown, Jaquiski Tarrant, Sheldon Richardson, Bradley Roby, Devondre Campbell, Julius Peppers, Artie Burns, Shaquille Barnett, Kawan Alexander, Joe Mixon. Just a pretty good looking team here for the Houston Texans if you want to play as the Texans. They are available. Tennessee Titans are another team. They are open. And you get, with the Tennessee Titans, you get Desmond Trufant, Devontae Adams, Brandon Cooks, Vontez Burfict, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, Taylor Lewan, Jared Cook. So another one of those good-looking teams. This brings us finally to the Minnesota Vikings, the last team in the league. They are 32 in terms of alphabetical order by nickname, and this is their roster. Do you want the Vikings? This is their roster. So they are one of those teams that I don't really know where they're going, but, you know, Nick Foles. So there is that. That is the NFL roster. At least after our fantasy draft. That being said, let's now take a look at the schedules. So we can do this at a week by week. On opening night is Jeremy Rubin and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons. You have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Jacksonville Jaguars have beaten the New York Giants, but we're technically going to go with that hasn't happened just yet. The Buccaneers play the Saints. The Patriots play host to the Texans. So, there you go, Chad. The 49ers will play the Vikings. The Titans play the Dolphins. The Bengals play the Colts. The Steelers play the Browns in Cleveland. There you go, Matt. The Chiefs play the Chargers. The Seattle Seahawks play the Broncos. Dallas plays Carolina. Washington plays Arizona. The Jets play the Packers. The Bears play the Packers. The Jets play the Lions. And the Rams play the Raiders. That is week 1. Week 1 will be advanced this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Following week 1 will be obviously week 2, which will feature the Ravens playing the Bengals. Carolina plays Atlanta. Indianapolis travels to Washington to take on Joey Stats. So there's that. There's Joey's second game. Texans play the Titans. Eagles travel to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. So there you go, Jeremy. Matt plays host to the Chiefs. The Dolphins play the Jets. The Chargers play the Bills. The Vikings are at the Packers. The Browns play the Saints. Detroit plays San Fran. Arizona comes into LA. The Patriots come to Jacksonville. I play Chad week 2 for the very first time. I play a human opponent. The Raiders play the Broncos, the Giants play the Cowboys, and the Seahawks and Bears play on Monday night. Week 3 will feature a Thursday night game of the Jets and Browns. New Orleans plays Atlanta. The Redskins play host to the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles play host to the Indianapolis Colts. Vikings host the Buffalo Bills. Raiders travel to Miami. Broncos in Baltimore. Bengals play Carolina. Giants, Texans. The Titans come into town to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers play the Chiefs. Chargers are at the Rams. Cowboys are at the Seahawks. Bears are at Cardinals. New England plays Detroit on Sunday night. And the Steelers play Tampa Bay on Monday night. So 2 primetime games for our users that week. Week 4 features the Rams and Vikings. The Jaguars playing host to the Jets. The Dolphins visiting the Patriots. The Eagles visiting the Titans, the Texans, and Colts. Buffalo playing Green Bay. Detroit versus Dallas. Tampa Bay and Chicago. Cincinnati, Atlanta. Seattle Seahawks versus Arizona. Cleveland plays Oakland. The Giants play host to the Saints. The Chargers play host to the 49ers. The Steelers get their second consecutive primetime game playing host to the Ravens. And the Chiefs play the Broncos. Did I not say the Redskins? I did not. So week 4, Joey Stats, you have a bye week. Good luck with that. Week 5 features the Patriots on Thursday night playing host to the Colts. The Bills will play the Titans. The Falcons are at the Steelers. The Jets play host to the Broncos. The Jaguars travel to Kansas City. Detroit plays host to the Packers. Browns, Ravens. Giants, Panthers. Dolphins, Bengals. Raiders at Chargers. Cardinals at 49ers. Vikings at Eagles. There you go, Jeremy. There's your game that week. Rams, Seahawks. Cowboys, Texans. Redskins play the Saints. Was there an Eagles game? Yeah, okay. Week 6. The Eagles are the team on Thursday night that week, and they'll play the New York Football Giants. Starting the slate of 1 o'clock games, you'll feature the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Washington Redskins will play host to the Carolina Panthers. So there you go, Joey Stats, your Week 6 game. Raiders, Seahawks, Jets playing host to the Colts. Cardinals at Vikings. The Steelers are at the Bungles. Chargers at Browns. Bills at Texans. Bears at Dolphins. Starting out the slate of 4 o'clock games is the Rams at Broncos, Ravens at Titans. Jaguars play the Cowboys in Dallas. The Chiefs are at the Patriots on Sunday night, so another primetime game for Chad Engel, and the 49ers play the Packers. Week 7 rolls around with a Thursday night game, Broncos at Cardinals. The first of the London games will be played between the Titans and Chargers at 9:30 in the morning. There's another one coming up here shortly, too. The Bengals play the Chiefs in starting out the Week 1 slate, or 1 o'clock game slates. Cleveland and Tampa. Panthers are at the Eagles. Jeremy Rubin. Jets and Vikings play one another. The Lions are at the Dolphins. Excuse me. New England plays the Bears. Buffalo Colts. Texans are at Jacksonville. And then we get into the 4 o'clock games. You got the Saints at Ravens, Cowboys at Redskins, Rams at 49ers, and the Giants and Falcons. Week 8 rolls around, and Week 8 results in a player versus player matchup. Dolphins-Texans open the week with Thursday Night Football. Live from London, the Philadelphia Eagles travel to take on the London Jaguars as they become kind of with the way it works out there. The 1 o'clock games, you have the Broncos and the Chiefs, the Steelers and the Browns, Redskins at Giants, Seahawks, Lions, Buccaneers, Bengals, Jets, Bears, Ravens at Panthers. At the 4 o'clock games, you have the Colts at Raiders, 49ers at Cardinals, Packers play the Rams, Saints, Vikings, and another primetime game for Chad Engel as he takes on the Buffalo Bills on Monday night. Week 9 will feature 2 of our humans having a bye week, as myself and Jeremy traveling back from London do not have to play this week. So, we have the Thursday night game of the Raiders and 49ers, Bears, Bills, Buccaneers, Panthers, Chiefs at Browns, Jets at Dolphins, the Steelers travel to Baltimore, Lions at Vikings, Atlanta Falcons at the Redskins. That's going to be a pretty good team. Texans at Broncos, Chargers, Seahawks, Rams at Saints. The Packers travel to town to play the New England Patriots on Sunday night, so they get yet another Sunday night game. Jesus. Week 10 features a Thursday night matchup, I apologize, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. Saints at Bengals. Browns play the Falcons. Packers, Dolphins. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts for the second time this season. The Lions are at the Bears. Cardinals, Chiefs. Patriots are at Titans. Redskins at the Buccaneers. Bills at Jets. You get the Chargers at Raiders. Seahawks at Rams. And a Sunday night game for Jeremy Rubin as he plays host to the Dallas Cowboys. New York Giants versus the 49ers on Monday night. Week 11, I believe, features another human-on-human matchup. I think. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday night game. Packers at Seahawks open it up on Thursday night. Bengals at Ravens. Vikings at Bears. Panthers at Lions. Titans at Colts. Cowboys at Falcons. Buccaneers at Giants. And I am right. Eagles at Saints, as Jeremy will visit the Saints. The Redskins will play host to the Texans. At 4 o'clock, you have the Broncos and Chargers. Raiders at Cardinals. And Sunday Night Football, Matt Hibbs travels to Jacksonville as the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Los Angeles Rams on Monday Night Football. Thursday Night Football, Week 12, will feature the Bears at Lions. There will also be, actually it won't be Thursday Night Football, I apologize. This is Turkey Day right here, and we have the Bears at Lions. I'm sorry, Bears at Lions. Why is this not Packers at Lions? This is a disgrace. Redskins play the Cowboys, so Joey plays on Thanksgiving. The Falcons are at the Saints. Browns at Bengals, Seahawks at Panthers, Jaguars at the Bills. Raiders at Ravens, Dolphins at Colts, 49ers at the Buccaneers, Giants play at the Eagles, the Patriots have to go to New York, Cardinals at Chargers, Steelers play the Broncos, Packers are at the Vikings, and the Titans play the Texans. We're on to Week 13, as the Saints will play the Cowboys, the Ravens will play the Falcons, Carolina plays Tampa, Chargers play in Pittsburgh, Giants, Bears, Bills are at the Dolphins. Broncos are at the Bengals. Rams play the Lions. Cardinals, Packers. Browns at Texans. The Colts play the Jaguars. Jets play the Titans. Chiefs are at the Raiders. Minnesota has to travel to New England to play the Patriots. 49ers, Seahawks. And on Monday Night Football, you get the first of 2 matchups between Joey Stats and the Washington Redskins and Jeremy Rubin and the Philadelphia Eagles. Thursday Night Football of Week 14 will feature the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. You get the Jets and Bills. The Washington Redskins play host to the Giants. Saints Buccaneers. Patriots Dolphins. Ravens Chiefs. Colts Texans. Rams at the Bears. Panthers at Browns. Falcons at Packers. Broncos at the 49ers. Bengals play at the Chargers. The Eagles are at the Cowboys. The Lions are playing the Cardinals. The Steelers play the Raiders on Sunday Night Football. And Minnesota plays Seattle. Week 15 rounds out my stretch of playing human opponents, as I play the last of them. On Thursday night, though, however, we have the Chargers and Chiefs. Yeah, the Browns at Broncos on Christmas Day. No, Saturday. It's just Saturday. There's no Christmas Day game this year. 8:20 p.m. on Saturday is the Texans and Jets. Why? I don't know, and I don't care. Packers play at the Bears, Lions at the Bills, Buccaneers at Ravens, Cardinals at Falcons, Raiders at Bengals, Titans at Giants, Dolphins play the Vikings, the Redskins are playing the Jaguars, Cowboys are at the Colts, the Seahawks are at the 49ers. Matt plays host to Chad in Pittsburgh on Sunday. Philadelphia will travel to Los Angeles, and Monday night we'll see the Saints and the Panthers. Week 16 will feature the Giants at Colts, Texans at Eagles. The Jaguars will play at Miami. The Redskins play at Tennessee. The Packers play Jets, Bengals, Browns. Buccaneers play the Cowboys. The Vikings are at the Lions. The Bills are at the Patriots. Atlanta plays the Panthers. The Ravens are at the Chargers. Bears are at the 49ers. Rams are playing the Cardinals. The Steelers are in the Superdome playing the Saints. The Chiefs are at the Seahawks. And the Broncos are at the Raiders. Week 17, which is the final week of the season, will feature every single team playing on Sunday. There will be no Sunday night game, and there will be no Monday night game. There will be no Thursday night game as well. The Browns are playing the Ravens. The Dolphins are at the Bills. The Philadelphia Eagles play the Washington Redskins, which is the final human-on-human match that we play. So that's going to be exciting. I can't wait. The Colts play the Texans. The Lions are at the Packers. Jacksonville plays the Texans. The Raiders are at the Chiefs. Bears are at the Vikings. Jets play the Patriots. Panthers are at Saints. Cowboys are at Giants. The Bengals are playing the Steelers. Falcons at Buccaneers. Chargers, Broncos, 49ers and Rams. And the Cardinals and Seahawks. So there you go. That is the full schedule. There's nothing there for those. We take a look back at the preseason games for our humans, as we had the Jaguars lose to the Saints, Steelers beat the Eagles, and New England beat the Redskins. There was a little bit of controversy with that, with accidentally advancing the week while they were still playing. Either way, Chad did end up winning that game, even had it not been for the advanced week. So there's that. Week 2 featured New England beating Philadelphia. Neither of them played that game. They decided they wanted to hop off, and they said, yeah, don't worry about it. The Jets played the Redskins. Redskins lost. Steelers lost. And the Jaguars lost. Oddly enough, 34-31. Week 3 would feature the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Cleveland Browns. The Redskins beating Denver. The Patriots beating Carolina. The Steelers beating Tennessee. And the Falcons murdering Jacksonville. In week 4, Jacksonville would finish 0-4, as you can see down here. The Eagles would finish at 2-2. The Patriots finish at 3-1. Jacksonville 0-4. Pittsburgh would finish at 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. And the Redskins would pick up their second win. So there's that. I think. So, hold on. Yeah, we lost all 4 of those games. That one says 2 because Joey backed out so that they could start playing again. That's why there's 2 of them. Redskins actually Patriots went 3-1. That's actually right about what I thought they were going to do. The Redskins went 2-2. The Steelers went 3-1. And the Eagles went 2-2. So there you go. Week 1 is now available and open. These are the current users. If you would like to be a member, shoot me a message. We'll get you in here. Absolutely. The more the merrier. With that being said, I'm going to sign it off, and I will see you guys later.